Hey, welcome back. You're in the No Comfort Zone. This is Dan, and I'm coming at you today talking about one of my favorite topics, confidence. I'll see you on the inside.
Welcome.
Attention, please.
Welcome aboard.
Welcome to the No Comfort Zone podcast. It's time to get out of your comfort zone and live on purpose. Broadcasting to the world from Rockford, Illinois. This is your wake-up call.
Warning.
You are the solutions to all your problems. Stop thinking average. Become the hero version of yourself. Every day, every time, without fail, no exceptions. It all matters. You've entered the No Comfort Zone. It's time for a reality check.
Hey, I'm pretty happy to be back at it again. So, here's where we're at today. It's just driving right now, driving with Dan. Today I'm driving and I'm going to pick up my son Max, so I had some time and I thought I would spit some literature out into this microphone and send it out to podcast land, and hopefully this message will resonate with you. I said we're going to talk about confidence. Let me begin. I'm thinking to myself, one of the biggest problems that we face in modern society today is that men and women lack confidence. This is you can see this everywhere, from social media likes and wanting to get views and stuff. I fall for it too. I just want to let you know that. Seeking the approval of other people, whether it's your relationship or whether it's people that are, you might see on a day-to-day basis and not intimately involved with, but yet that's even worse, trying to get an idea to make sure that they like you or doing something along those lines. Seeking approval behavior, I think it's horrible. And it really, every time you do it, it diminishes your confidence. So when people start to feel this way, at least I know it's true for me, and maybe this is true for you, I would try to find other ways to make me feel better, whether that's drinking, whether that's doing some drugs, whether that's trying to find the next fast relationship, or whether it's making or spending money, just to try to escape that reality of feeling a little uncomfortable. There's a right way to do things and a wrong way to do things. I looked up the other day as what is hard, what do people think is the hardest about Marine boot camp? And there's so much different information that comes up, but mental stress is really what came up. Mental stress. And I thought, well, with the Marines, what they do is, I think if you don't know this, when you go into the Marines, one of the things they want to do is they want to indoctrinate you into a state where they break you down and build you up their way, and build you as part of this, the awesome fighting force, this big team. And the best decision I ever made, one of them, was to go into the Marines and recruit basic training. And you're not called a Marine until you actually complete the necessary requirements. It's not like you go in saying, oh yeah, I'm a Marine. You actually have to earn that title. And for the people that have gone through, then there's this loyalty and there's this brotherhood, this camaraderie of Semper Fidelis, which is always faithful to God, country, and corps. And I find it interesting because that level of camaraderie, that level of culture really does resonate with a lot of Marines throughout the rest of their lives. And that's one of the bonds that we have as being Marines. We're all connected that way because we've all earned the title, because we've all gone through the training. We've all gone through the mental stress of going through boot camp. So when you look at it, and what they do is, they sleep deprive you. And this will all tie up together to the blueprint and how maybe I can help you get out of your comfort zone and live on purpose. But when you go through Marine boot camp, they do sleep deprive you. They disorientate you to a point where you don't know what's up or down anymore. You don't know who you are anymore. And they do food deprive you. It's not like they starve you, but believe you me, if you've gone through, you know what I'm talking about. If you're at the end of the line and the head of the line is going pretty quick, you can only eat whatever you can get. And I've seen people pull food off of other trays that have thrown it away because it's time to go, time to train. And as a Marine, that's all you do. You train, and do some more training. There are no days off, and there's very little rest. So after that 16-week, back in my day, that's what it was, 16 weeks, that's what you end up going through. You go through basically mental stress, sleep deprivation, food deprivation, to the point when you're out of it, then they start to build you up a bit. And how they build you up is physically fit, mentally break you down. Their big motto is cohesion through stress. And it's just it's a fascinating way. If you want to have some entertainment, go to YouTube and look up Marine boot camp training and Army training and look at the variances between the two. They're completely two different worlds. They are polar opposites. And why am I bringing this up? Because there's a part in their training that we go through, and it's called the confidence course. And you Marines out there know what I'm talking about. And for the rest of the world, it's a in-your-face, hard-as-hell obstacle course that you basically have to negotiate, manipulate, and get through. And when you get through, then you can say that you conquered that obstacle, and then that's one step closer towards being a Marine. So, you have your fear of heights, free fall. I think there's not a free fall. What do you call it? Rappelling, zip lining. It sounds fun, but when you get there, and it's not the easiest thing in the world. Stairway to Heaven, to jog some memory banks back there. So why am I talking about all this now in confidence? Well, because the Marines figured it out. They figured it out. If you want to build somebody up, you got to break them down first. You got to get to the raw nothing. And the listeners of this podcast, no matter where you're at in your life, you could be ultra successful for all I know. You could be one of those people that's gotten out of major adversity, and now you're rebuilding yourself back up. That was me many a time. Or somebody in between, or somebody who's just terrified to be at average at this point in their life. For whatever's true for you, wherever you're at, if you're listening to this podcast, and if you want more out of life, I'm telling you right now, you're going to have to break yourself down. You're going to have to reinvent yourself again. There's got to be things as a man or as a woman that you want to aspire to and be more of. Yes, there's plateaus in your life where you find yourself, you know what, I'm good where I'm at right now. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty good where I'm at right now, but now I'm plotting, I'm planning, I'm strategizing towards the next fitness level, towards the next financial goal that I have, relationship level. And I'm also trying to level up with some people that, quite frankly, I've gotten on their radar. And these are some pretty big influencers. And they've been reaching out to me, and I'm trying to develop a different relationship to level up and be more of an equal with them. And the way that I do that is by helping people just like you get to the website, thenocomfortzone.com, download the blueprint, and give me a chance to find out what's going on. Let me know 3 things that you want, 3 things that are holding you back or that you think. Let me run it through easy for me to say. Let me run it through the blueprint so that we can find what method we need to do in order to get where it is you want to go. You're at point A and you want to go to point B. You have to know you're at point A. That's the first part of the blueprint. Then the in-between stuff is the rest of the blueprint, and point B is the last phase of it. And I'm actually doing a mini course right now. I'm putting it together, 5 videos on the blueprint that'll help you get out of your comfort zone and start living on purpose, kicking ass and taking names. Because let's face it, the world ain't getting any easier, and your life isn't getting any better. That's just the reality of it. It's a motivational podcast, Dan. It's an inspirational podcast. Yeah, but I'm a guy who I believe this 100%. You're in the middle of adversity right now. You just got out of it. That's my case. Or you're just getting ready to go into it. Either way, I want to be prepared. And I know that when it comes to battle and when it came to being a Marine, that was just the start of it. Then you got to get out into the real world, into the Fleet Marine Corps, and you have to realize what your job is and what role you play and how you're going to assist your other Marines. And I've said it before and I'll say it again. A lot of the Marines don't do what they do for love of country, although they're very patriotic and they do love the flag and they do respect the Declaration of Independence, the Constitution, and everything else that the United States stands for. But one thing that they believe in more than anything else is their fellow Marines. A lot of guys would do anything for their fellow Marines, like or dislike, doesn't matter. You're a brotherhood. You know what you do for your family, right? It's the same thing. Now, let's take that equation and let's throw that into your own life. What do you have to break down? What do you have to build up? Where do you want to go with all this? And where you're going with all of this, and with where you're going with all of this, who do you want to take with you? You got your family, you got your children, you got your employees, you got other people. You know what? If you're going to be the person that's going to be woke, and I mean really woke, not what's going on today about this hypersensitive left or right. I'm talking about really woke. You're aware. You know where you've been. You know what problems you've caused. You know where you find yourself within your life right now. And you know you ultimately want to be a better person. Well, now is the time. I'm telling you, now's the time. Go to thenocomfortzone.com. Get on my calendar. Let's have a conversation. Let me send you the blueprint, or that's too uncomfortable for you, Dan at thenocomfortzone.com. Email me. Hit me up. Hey, Dan, listen to the podcast. Been listening to for this long. Here's what's going on in my life. Here's what I want out of my life. Can you help me? I will send you a specific video with the blueprint. It's about 20 to 30 minutes. And do a tiny micro, explain the blueprint to you and how it's going to help you. And then you're off and running. And if you want more help, then just let's figure it out. Let's get together. But the fact of the matter is this. Your life, it ain't getting any better if you're sitting on the sidelines of your own life trying to figure things out. You need more confidence. How do you get more confidence? You got to break yourself down and realize where you've been. You got to know where you want to go. And the next part, this is one of my favorites, is then you start to develop some conviction. And when you have conviction, then the people around you that surround you and collaborate with you, they want to help you get where it is you want to go. Then after you've done that for a little while, then you have certainty, where you're the baddest MFer in the room and you know every day, every time, without fail, no exceptions, you know you're making the right choices, the right decisions, and you're living with intention. You're living on purpose. And the only way that I know how to do that is for you to seriously get out of your comfort zone and live on purpose.
Say goodbye.
Want more of the No Comfort Zone? You can follow Dan on Instagram and Twitter at NoComfortZone1.
Bye.
Or on the web at thenocomfortzone.com.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to the No Comfort Zone podcast.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.